Mm. So generally, we saw a few of the errors in the PL SQL block while executing. Okay. So yesterday we saw few things like see generally why we are means learning or explaining something. If any object or query or anything like a PL SQL block or like any object creation or any like a variable declaration or cursor creation or ref cursors or whatever it may be. First, while teaching, first point what we are telling, common point for all items. Till now, what you learned everywhere, first point what we are telling, what we are learning, syntax, right? That syntax is a main thing because if your syntax is not correct, then automatically errors it will get it will compilation, right? So that's why if you are perfect on syntax, okay, then automatically we will avoid the compilation errors. So if you're not comfortable on syntax, then you will get a compilation errors. So generally, syntax and semantic, two things are there. Those, okay, semantic, okay, but syntax, we should not get it. That's why these are calling abnormal conditions or abnormal behaviors of the program, particular program, these errors. So generally errors are two types. So one is compilation errors, another one is runtime errors. Means while executing, we will get it. So runtime errors we can handle. Runtime errors, whatever it may be, while executing the program, what is the error we are getting, we are able to handle those excepts, means errors. But compilation errors we cannot handle. That's why you should mostly compilation errors we will get syntax and semantic. So if you are perfect confident about syntax and perfectly you are writing, then you don't get compilation errors. So, but you will get runtime errors, but runtime errors are not in your hand. Some of them are in your hand, but some of them are not in your hand. Why? Because that is based on the data you will get it. Okay. What is the data contents? Based on that, we'll get those errors. So those errors we should have to handle it. So suppose we are expecting this behavior, but some other behavior that is called abnormal behavior. We are expecting some behavior, but expected behavior, it is not coming. Something else it is coming. So something going wrong, right? Something going wrong on either side, either data side or files are not available, whatever it may be. Sometimes so duplicate records, whatever, multiple records it will come, expected number, but we are getting some other data type. These are all the things are exceptions. So that's why what we have to do. While executing, if we are getting any errors, we can handle those errors. Those are nothing but exceptions. Okay, exceptions we can handle runtime errors, but runtime errors are we are calling as a exception. So compilation errors we are not calling as an exception, but runtime errors we are calling as exceptions. Okay, an exception is a runtime error. Okay, exception is a runtime error. The exception is a which occurring while executing the program. Runtime error means what is that? While executing the program only we will get it. Okay, that's why we are saying exception is a runtime error which is occurring during the execution of the program. Okay. Actually, these exceptions, see, each program means like see Java also they are handling exceptions. That is different. Oracle we are handling differently. But main thing is there also we will get exceptions. We have to handle any programming if you are writing, right? We have to handle the exceptions. Okay, but how you are handling that is each program means each technology it is a different how you are handling the exceptions are different, but common thing is we will get exceptions on every technology, every program. Okay, but what we have to handle what if it is occurring, that is the thing. Say if we are saying exceptions, PL/SQL exception, Oracle exceptions. Actually, we have a mainly three types of exceptions. Okay. We have a three types of exceptions. So those are like a PL/SQL exceptions are three types: predefined exceptions, user-defined exceptions, non-predefined exceptions. Predefined means Oracle default it will provide some exceptions. Oracle is handling those exceptions are predefined exceptions. User-defined exceptions. Completely, we will define a exception. Okay. Suppose if it is happened, then you have to raise this exception and handle that exception. That is called user-defined exceptions. Non-predefined exceptions. What it is giving? Actually, non-predefined exceptions are like yours. What is happening? Some error we will get it, but that error, what we will do? That error number means error code. We will associate with the proper name of the exception. So that is called user non-predefined exception. Actually, user giving a name of that exception. Even user-defined exceptions also user only defining completely. Condition also we will keep if it is this condition happened, then raise this exception. That is user-defined exception. Non-predefined exceptions, user not raising this exception. It is a predefined exception, but what is happening? That what is the error is occurring? That error code or error number we will associate with the user named exception. Means user friendly. We will give the name of that exception. So those exceptions are called non-predefined exceptions. Okay. First, we will see about the predefined exceptions, how it is happening. First, we will see predefined exceptions. For example, what we will see. So here, what we will do, what I am trying to do, I am passing a parameter, input parameter, that is a number. So number, number. What I am trying to do. So what I'm trying to do. So this is just example only. So what I'm trying to do, I am giving in parameter what is the number. Just actually we don't do like this. Okay, instead of that, what I will do. what I am doing, I am trying to rename where employee number equal to IP number. Now it is meaningful, right? I am passing a parameter as a number. I am trying to retrieve a ename. Now what I am doing, right? So this is I am trying to execute in the okay. So there is no errors. Okay, it is compiled properly. Procedure got created. Okay, now what I'm doing, right? I'm doing executing execute. What is the procedure name? SB exception. Okay. Some number I have to pass. So what I want to do, I'm passing some number. Okay, I'm passing this number. We'll see what is the output. What is this?
No data found.
Error at line 1. We got
Error.
Data
No
found.
data found.
SP exception procedure. The error.
Line number 5.
Why no data found? From
Data.
EMP. Okay. Where this is the thing we are giving inside, right? Where EMP number equal to what we give. This is. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7.
7.
Okay. So exactly this is I am giving. What is happening? No rows selected. So select query. It's not.
Select star. Select 8.
Anything is fine. Okay. If data is there, 8 it will come. Right? If data.
Yes, sir.
8, if data is there, it will come all 8. How many records are there?
Okay.
But no difference. If you are giving star or 8, no difference. Because there is no data. No rows selected. For no data means where it is no data number. Okay. 10 lakhs, 1 crore. Right? If employee number is giving as a 1 crore, then for that employee number, there is no data. Okay. So no row selected. Select query, it's not throwing error. Just it is not giving the output because there is no data. No row selected. But same thing if you are running in the PL SQL block. Okay, if you are running in the PL SQL block like this, it will throw the error. But when compilation error is not coming, while executing the procedure, it will throw the error. That error called no data found. That error name is no data found.
No data found.
This is the error message. This is the error code. For that error code, what is that? ORA
0103.
01403.
403.
So this is the exception. Oh, sorry, error we are getting. So this error is nothing but a user defined exception. This error is getting a every exception, all built-in exceptions means Oracle supplied exceptions, means all predefined exceptions. Every exception, it's having their own name and error code. Error code means this one, error message is this one. Error code and name, both will associate. 01403 means Vara 01403 means no data found. There is an exception. So anytime, any keep on mute. So any query you are writing, yeah, so any PL/SQL block executing, I told previously, right? Suppose it can be errors, can be occurs while compilation, while execution. Execution while executing means these are the runtime errors. So those are called exceptions. So these type of things we can handle because this is runtime error. We can handle this one. So what happened? So whatever the data you are here, we are expecting some data. We are expecting data, but here abnormal behavior is we are not getting the data. Right? We are not getting the data. We are getting the error. That is no data found. So in that scenario, one thing we get to know, if it is a requirement from the client, then immediately we have to tell them, means one thing can be wrong. Suppose somebody is loading the data into this table, then you can say this table not having a proper data. One thing. Second thing, it is data. Actually, we are getting, you are only loading the data, but you are checking this data is there or not. So those type of situation, you will get to know there is no data find, no data found. Then immediately we have to tell either client or who are giving the data to us, for them tell directly, so and so employee, we are not receiving the data. So please provide it. That is one thing. Suppose you are in one team, this employee table, somebody is loading data into this table, but you are expecting this data, but you are not getting. Then you have to inform to that team, hey guys, you are not loaded this table with so and so customer. So can you please load the data? Okay, right. So here what happened? Yeah, those are the extra things. But here, what is happened? Compilation error, we got it. So compilation error, sorry, while executing, we got this exception. So it is a user defined, very predefined exception, so we can handle it. So what is here happening while executing? It is terminated the session, right? Why? Because we haven't handled. Suppose if we are handling this one, then that is different there. Okay. Now in this situation, what I will do, if I know how to handle that. So while explaining PL/SQL block, while explaining PL/SQL block or named block or RMS block, I given one example also for exceptions. Okay. I told one is declaration part, begin and end. There is a optional section is there between the begin and end. Before ending, okay, there is a optional section that is nothing but a exception handling section. Exception handling section. So here we will handle the exception. How we will handle the exception? We know the so here we know the exception now. Earlier we don't know the exception. Now we know the exception. What is the exception? So exception syntax is, suppose if you want to handle the exception, then syntax is for the predefined exception or any exception if you want to handle, then this is the syntax. What? When. Okay. Every block. So everywhere we have to give indent 2 spaces. So start from here. Exception. Which exception I am? When. What is the behavior we saw? What is the behavior we saw?
No, no data found.
So when no data found. When no data found. Then. Okay. When no data found, then. Okay. I want to print dbms out dot put underscore line and what I want to show here, what I want to show here. Employee number, whatever you are giving, employee number, which is the employee number. There is data is not available. Data is not available on EMP table for employee number. Okay, for this employee number,